From The Matrix to Inception, Westworld to Black Mirror, our culture is obsessed with one haunting idea. What if the world around us isn't what it seems? What if it's a simulation? It's no longer just sci-fi. In recent years, the simulation hypothesis, the idea that reality is an artificial construct, possibly created by a superintelligent civilization, has leapt from the screen into serious scientific and philosophical debate. Celebrities and scientists are talking about it. Elon Musk famously stated, "There's a 1 in billions chance we're in base reality." Neil deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist, gave the idea a better than 50% chance of being true. David Chalmers, a leading consciousness philosopher, argues, "We're not going to get definitive proof that we're not in a simulation because any proof we get could be simulated." These aren't random conspiracy theorists. They're some of the most influential minds alive, seriously entertaining the idea that our universe might be code. The real world is starting to feel simulated. Video games like those built on Unreal Engine 5 now produce visuals almost indistinguishable from real life. AI models like GPT-4 and image generators are simulating human thought and creativity. Deep fakes blur the line between truth and illusion, while brain-computer interfaces like Neuralink begin to blur the boundary between mind and machine. We're already living in an age where reality is increasingly shaped, filtered, and mediated by code. So the question arises again, are we creating simulations or waking up inside one? This video dives into the science, history, philosophy, and cultural impact of simulation theory. We'll explore how it began, why it's taken seriously, and what it would mean if it's true, or even if it's not. Because sometimes the question is more powerful than the answer. In 2003, Oxford philosopher Nick Bostrom proposed a shocking idea. At least one of these must be true. Civilizations never reach a high-tech stage. Advanced civilizations lose interest in simulating history, or we are almost certainly living in a simulation. Why? Because if post-human civilizations can run billions of ancestor simulations, then simulated minds would outnumber real ones. Statistically, we're more likely to be one of them. But the idea isn't new. Long before Bostrom, ancient thinkers questioned the nature of reality. In 375 BC, Plato imagined prisoners seeing only shadows on a wall, mistaking illusion for truth. What if we, too, are only seeing shadows? In the 1600s, Descartes asked, what if a trickster is feeding us false senses? Swap demon for AI, and you have a digital deception. Hindu philosophy teaches that the world is illusion, a veil hiding deeper reality. It's the spiritual version of simulation. Bostrom's work gave mathematical weight to a timeless idea, that what we see may not be the full truth. Imagine a future civilization with unlimited computing power. They simulate history, including conscious people who don't know they're simulated. If one real universe can create millions of simulations, odds are you're in one of those. Like Russian dolls, only the outer shell is real, but most minds live inside the nested layers. Could our universe show signs of being programmed? Some scientists think so, not as proof, but as strange clues hiding in the laws of physics. Let's explore 5 theories that make simulation feel less like science fiction. 1. Quantum mechanics. Reality changes. When observed in quantum experiments, particles behave like waves until we look at them. Then, they snap into place. The double-slit experiment shows this clearly. Electrons form interference patterns, but once observed, they act like particles. It's as if observation rewrites reality. It's eerily similar to how video games only render what the player sees, saving processing power. 2. Digital physics. Is the universe made of code? Some physicists say reality isn't continuous, it's computable. Edward Fredkin believed the universe is a giant digital automaton, like a cosmic program. Stephen Wolfram suggests that simple code can generate complex worlds, just like Conway's Game of Life. If so, physics might be software, and we, the runtime. 3. The holographic principle. Is reality a projection? Physicists found that black hole information can be stored on the surface, not inside. That sparked a radical theory. The universe is a 3D illusion, projected from a 2D surface. It's like cosmic compression, all the data packed onto the edges of space. Even cosmic radiation may show glitches that match this theory, though evidence is still debated. 4. Cosmic resolution, detecting the pixels of the universe. What if the universe has a resolution limit? Craig Hogan built the holometer, a tool meant to detect holographic noise. If space is quantized, we might catch it jittering, like pixels flickering under a microscope. Zoraida Davudi also proposed that high-energy particles might reveal a simulation grid, a cosmic frame rate cap. 5. Glitches in the matrix, limits, errors, and fine-tuning. The universe shows signs of extreme precision. Tiny tweaks in gravity or electromagnetism would make life impossible. Is that luck or careful tuning? Like a developer adjusting sliders in a simulation engine. Even entropy, the rule that everything breaks down, might reflect computational limits, a kind of system memory decay. Final thought. No one has proven the simulation theory, but physics keeps whispering in a strange digital dialect. Particles that act like they're rendered, space that may be pixelated, laws that echo code. Maybe reality is physics, or maybe it's firmware. If we are inside a simulation, the question isn't just how, it's why. And who are we in all of this? Simulation theory doesn't just challenge science, it reshapes philosophy, ethics, even religion. 1. Free will. Are we just lines of code? If reality is programmed, can we still make choices? In strict simulations, behavior might be deterministic, a result of code and rules. But even within that, complex systems can produce unpredictable, emergent behavior. Maybe what we call free will is just complexity playing out. Not outside the system, but growing from within it. Even neuroscience questions free will. Brain scans detect decisions before we're aware of them. Simulation or not, free will might already be an illusion. 2. Consciousness. Can code truly feel? If we're digital, can we still feel? Can we love? Can we suffer? Philosopher David Chalmers calls this the hard problem. How does subjective experience arise from physical processes? If we behave like conscious beings, think like them, suffer like them, maybe we are them, regardless of what we're made of. AI raises the same question today. Are synthetic minds just mimicking emotion or beginning to feel? 3. Morality. Does right and wrong still matter? If this world is artificial, does morality still count? In dreams, pain feels real. So does joy. So does guilt. If our experiences are real to us, then our choices still matter. Some even say simulation theory strengthens ethics. What if we're being observed? What if this is a test? In that case, every act of kindness might be a signal that we understand the game. 4. Religion. Is God a programmer? The idea of a cosmic creator isn't new. What's new is the language. In this version, God isn't mystical. He's a coder, a system architect. The Bible says, "Let there be light." So does a terminal prompt. Divine intervention? Maybe it's just debugging. Eastern traditions align too. Buddhism and Hinduism speak of illusion, Maya, and awakening as enlightenment. Simulation theory echoes that. This life may be a dream, and awakening is an escape, but realization. Final thought. Simulation theory doesn't destroy meaning. It reframes it. It asks, do we choose or are we running code? Does kindness still matter, even in a rendered world? Is someone watching or guiding or waiting? Maybe this isn't about proving the simulation. Maybe it's about how we live, even if it's true. Simulation theory is fascinating, but not without its critics. For every theory about digital worlds and conscious code, there are serious voices pushing back. Let's explore the biggest counter-arguments, from logic to science to the limits of what's computable. 1. Bostrom's trilemma, not equal to proof. Nick Bostrom never said we are in a simulation. He gave us a logical trilemma. Either civilizations don't make simulations, they don't want to, or we're probably inside one. But this only works if you accept a chain of assumptions. That consciousness can be simulated, that computers can run full human minds, and that future beings want to run ancestor sims. There's no hard evidence, and even Bostrom admits, this is philosophy, not physics. 2. Can simulations even work? Simulating reality is more complex than it sounds. Think about a human brain, 86 billion neurons, 100 trillion connections, each firing constantly, shaped by emotion, memory, and environment. To replicate one brain in real time would need insane processing power. Now try simulating a full universe. Quantum level accuracy? Forget it. Some physicists say you'd need a computer larger than the universe itself. 3. Fine-tuning? There's another answer. One appeal of simulation theory is that it explains why the universe feels so perfectly tuned for life. But there's a simpler idea, the Holographic Principle. We observe a life-friendly universe because we're alive to observe it. Like a puddle fitting a hole, it's not the shape that was made for the puddle. It's the puddle that formed a fit. No simulator needed. 4. What the experts say. Many top physicists aren't convinced. Sean Carroll says, simulation theory doesn't make testable predictions. It's not a scientific theory, just speculation. Sabine Hossenfelder is blunt. It's not science, it's science fiction. She warns it violates Occam's razor, adding complexity without solving real problems. David Deutsch, quantum pioneer, says, reality may be non-computable. No code, no shortcuts. Just physics we don't fully grasp yet. Final thought simulation theory challenges our thinking, but it has limits. No measurable evidence, massive technical hurdles. Simpler explanations already exist. That doesn't mean we should dismiss it, but we should stay grounded. It may be a brilliant metaphor, but proof? We're not there yet. You don't need to believe in simulation theory to see that we're already building one. From hyper-real games to talking AI, the lines between real and artificial are blurring fast. Let's explore the tech that's making simulation feel real. 1. Hyper-realistic game engines. Today's games are no longer pixel blocks. They're dynamic, cinematic worlds. Running in real time, Unreal Engine 5 is leading the charge. Nanite lets worlds render with insane detail. Lumen simulates light like real life. MetaHuman creates digital people with expressive faces. These aren't just games, they're worlds you can walk through and believe. The rise of the metaverse Meta, NVIDIA, Apple, they're all building shared 3D spaces where users and AI can meet, work, and live. These early metaverses are the blueprint for full-blown simulations in the future. 2. AI simulating thought chat. GPT and other language models can now write, debate, and mimic emotion. They don't think like humans, but they sound like us. This is what simulation theory predicts. Complex behavior can emerge from statistics, not awareness. Intelligent NPCs, AI companies now create emotional NPCs, characters that listen, talk, and respond like real people. In games, therapy, training, or marketing, you might be speaking to code and not even know it. 3. Deepfakes and synthetic humans. AI can now swap faces, clone voices, generate fake news footage or speeches. Tools like Synthesia create digital actors from plain text. We're reaching a point where what we see and hear can no longer be trusted. 4. Brain-computer interfaces. Neuralink is connecting mind and machine. Paralyzed people moving cursors with thought. Brains controlling external devices, experiments on animals already successful. The goal? Merge humans with tech. Eventually, digitize memory and consciousness. The result? The boundary between mind and simulation may disappear. Final thought. Whether or not we're inside a simulation, we're definitely building one. Worlds that look real, Unreal Engine. Minds that feel real, GPT. Machines that merge with mind, Neuralink. We may not need to ask, are we simulated? We may need to ask, are we simulating ourselves? Imagine this. One day we receive undeniable proof that our universe is a simulation, not a theory, not speculation, evidence from physics, math, or even a message from the coders themselves. That moment would shatter everything we believe about life, meaning, and truth. So, what happens next? 1. Society's reaction, collapse or awakening. Some would experience existential awakening. They'd see life as a design journey, a quest, a test. They'd turn inward, valuing relationships, self-awareness, and spiritual growth. Plato's cave, Hindu Maya, finally proven right. But others would fall into panic. Nothing matters, it's all fake. We're just puppets in a cosmic game. The simulators are watching. Law, religion, even science could fracture under doubt. Would order survive, or would chaos take over? 2. Would ethics survive? If reality is artificial, does morality still matter? Most ethicists say yes, because pain feels real, even in a dream. Joy matters even if it's coded. Helping others in a simulation is still meaningful. Suffering is still suffering, but some might choose moral collapse. Why follow rules? I can exploit the system. The simulators can just reset everything. Would we rise to the challenge or sink into nihilism? 3. Would the powerful try to hack reality? Absolutely. Tech billionaires and governments would race to break the code. Particle accelerators to probe the universe's edges. Brain-computer experiments to send feedback into the system. Quantum computing to brute force a way out. It would be a new kind of arms race, not to conquer the world, but to hack it. And governments, they might censor, control, even weaponize the revelation. 4. Law, war, and money. Rewritten legal systems depend on a stable, shared reality. If that collapses, new rules would emerge. Wars wouldn't be over land, but over simulation knowledge. Money would lose its old meaning. Crypto, digital assets, and time itself might become the new currency. Some even imagine a karma economy, where ethical behavior equals rewards from the simulators. Final thought. If we discovered reality is a simulation, it wouldn't be an end. It would be a new beginning. Some would despair, some would transcend, and some would try to rewrite the rules. But one thing is certain, we'd never see ourselves or the universe the same way again. If we are inside a simulation, can we ever escape? In sci-fi, like The Matrix, escape means unplugging. But if reality is pure code, what does outside even mean? Maybe escape isn't physical. Maybe it's cognitive, technological, or spiritual. Let's explore how humans might transcend the simulation. 1. Lucid dreaming and altered states. Some say consciousness is the only true interface to reality. Lucid dreaming lets you realize you're dreaming and even shape the dream itself. Could awareness inside the simulation unlock hidden rules? Science shows lucid dreamers have more cognitive control, as if they're running in sandbox mode. Psychedelics like LSD, psilocybin, or DMT can dissolve ego, distort time, and reveal visions beyond the ordinary. Many users describe the same feeling. This world isn't real. I've seen behind the curtain. Are these chemical illusions or tiny glimpses beyond the simulation? 2. Becoming the programmer. If we can't escape the simulation, can we build our own? Merging with AI, Neuralink, brain-computer links, could let us upload minds, becoming hybrids with the power to simulate new worlds. Nested simulations already exist. Game developers create tiny societies, physics, even ecosystems. If we master that, we stop being just characters. We become creators. 3. Consciousness as the key. Maybe the answer isn't in code. Maybe it's in awareness itself. Humans can reflect on their own thoughts. We ask, am I free? Am I real? What if consciousness was planted here, like a probe, to explore the simulation? Buddhism and Hinduism describe awakening from Maya, the illusion of the world. Enlightenment isn't escape, it's seeing through the illusion and realizing the unity of mind and universe. Final thought. Escaping the simulation might not mean running away. It might mean waking up within it, becoming aware, taking creative control, reconnecting to a deeper truth like lucid dreamers who don't need to leave the dream to be free. Maybe the goal isn't to flee the simulation, but to understand it, to rise above it, and maybe that's the test.